did you watch 2011's The Gray?
I did.
So bleak.
Jesus Christ.
It was a lot bleaker than I remember. I'm like, oh my God.
So depressing. It's just so bleak.
Canvas of despair.
And I was like, God damn it, guys.
Lights, camera, and action. Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. Remember those childhood movies you loved? We're going to watch them again and find out if they're still as amazing as you remember. Let's get ready to join Anna and Jimmy as they go back and watch those movies you remember being oh so awesomely good. Horror movies that scared. Comedy movies that dared.
Damn!
And action movies so preposterously ludicrous that they defied the laws of common sense. Now, here's your hosts, Anna Santos and Jimmy Coates.
Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. Today we are going over my movie. But before I do, I would like to tell everybody, because I got this for Christmas and then I just watched it. I forgot all about it. And as I was looking for a girly movie, I think A Walk to Remember, I found it and we finally got to watch it. The day
the earth blew up.
The Daffy Duck and Porky Pig movie. I must state that this movie is such fucking fun to watch. They balance modern day and 1950s Looney Tunes amazingly. This was a great, and there was no Bugs Bunny in it. That is even like
nice.
They were able to make this great of a movie without Bugs Bunny is saying something. No, that movie is awesome. My movie is The Gray.
Yes.
2011, Liam Neeson. About a bunch of guys, I'm trying to remember, a bunch of guys working in the north somewhere. They have to go home on a plane. The fucking plane goes down, and then they're hunted. They're in the middle of nowhere. And then they're all hunted by fucking wolves. So this is something that could really happen. And
it really could.
Real wolves, real big Arctic fucking massive wolves. What do you remember?
Real wolves?
Yeah, not those fake wolves.
Not the fake ones.
What do you remember about 2011's The Gray?
Okay, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not even 100% sure I've seen this movie.
Really?
I think I have. Because, okay. But also around this time, there were a lot of movies, at least I feel like, about people being stranded in like the northern part of the world, or at least in mountains where snow is happening. And then they have to survive it. So I'm like, but then I looked at it and I looked at some pictures. Because I don't like to watch the trailer to see if I can. And I'm like, I think I have watched it, but I can't remember 100%.
I remember loving this movie. It's not that, well, it's getting up there now.
If I had watched it, and I will and this is also concerning because if I've watched this movie, it was utterly forgettable to me. It was like one of the many. It was one of the many. So I'm like, oh shit. And I love Liam Neeson. Like, I feel like this is, and also apparently Dermot Mulroney's in it. It's okay. I don't think I've seen this. Have I seen this? Look, so many like winter movies with snow and people stranded, and sometimes it starts to all blend together. But anyways, the moral of the story is I remember almost nothing about this movie.
If you haven't seen it, I think you might be in for a treat. If you have seen it and don't remember it, you might not be liking this movie.
I might be sad. Yeah. And that's a problem because I'm like, Okay, it looks super familiar. And I think initially when you said, oh, the gray, and I was like, oh, yeah, no, I like that one. And then I went and I started looking at like the cast and whatever. And I was like, have I watched this one? Because one of my favorite genres is isolated, like winter,
Yes.
cold, dark, stranded, in peril. Like I love that vibe. So I was like, well, shit. I felt like I had seen it. But I don't know if I have. But we're about to find out.
Well, if you haven't noticed, my picks this year since January have been pretty much winter based: skiing,
Yes.
the
Hmm.
hot dog,
Got that.
and Better Off Dead. And this
Yeah.
one takes all my movies have been winter,
Cliffhanger.
winter
Yeah.
related. Cliffhanger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, I remember loving this movie. I remember it being terrifying because I would not be Liam Neeson. I'd be one of the first people probably to be picked off in this movie.
You would be. You would be.
And I remember it being it being very brutal, very intense because they're just hunting, like they are in the middle of nowhere and these are big wolves and hunting them all, and they don't know really what to do. And I don't remember. I do not think it ends well for anybody. But I remember really liking this. What I'm having a problem with, and I've been burnt here, I do remember liking it. I have the Blu-ray, as you can see, and the 4K just came out. But the 4K is in the 30 some odd dollar mark. That is a lot of money to spend. But now I read the reviews where they said the fucking night, because a lot of it takes place at night, looks beautiful. And the day landscapes in the frozen and the snow looks beautiful. I'm like, fuck me. Because if I watch it and don't buy it, I'm like, oh, am I going to buy it because I just watched it?
No, I think if you watch it and you really, really like it still, then you should buy the 4K.
Yeah.
Because you already have the DVD. There's no reason to buy the 4K. Then you have 2 copies of the movie.
That's true.
In different formats. But then you have 2 copies. And if you don't love it still,
I'll be
you're
so
going to be
mad.
extra mad. Yeah. So watch the DVD that you currently have. If it is still as wonderful as you remember, then buy the 4K.
Yeah, that's probably the saver. But, I'm dumb.
I know you're probably going to order the 4K anyway.
When we come back to review, I'll be like, look, I bought it.
I bought it. I didn't like the movie as much as I thought I would.
Yeah, and it sucked.
Now I'm mad I've got 2 copies. 2 copies.
All right, so 2011 movie about a plane crash and a bunch of wolves. What do we think a budget of that would be? You gotta remember, Liam Neeson's has been since he did, I think, what was that movie he did? Clash of the Titans? No, it was something before that he did. Oh, Taken. Yeah, he's always been a character actor, and then he did Taken, and then he blew up at like 50 some odd years old.
Then they were like, we want to give him a gun and have him run around.
Yeah. And now he's a big action hero. I'm guessing it's at least 50 mil.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah. 70 maybe?
70? Let's take a look. Oh, we're both wrong. 25. Really?
Really? I wonder.
Maybe I won't buy this movie. That's a shitty budget. Although,
well, I mean, if they're filming outside and if it's a lot of Liam Neeson like running and shooting and stuff, I just assume there would be more cast. And if he's in the forest, I guess you can use the same patch of forest just from different angles.
What do you think the office was? I don't think it was like a runaway success. I think it was moderate.
I think they probably broke even, maybe a little bit more. I don't think they were like doing gangbusters.
Let's see the gray box office mojo. It did okay. Domestically, it did just over 51 and internationally 28. So it made 79 million. On 25 million, that's not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, you're all right. It was released in January. And good. It's in the snow. Although,
good timing.
Yeah.
Good timing.
And then it's opened at number 1 with 19 million, ahead of Underworld Awakening.
I love Underworld.
I like all of them. They're so cheesy, but
Yeah.
they're fun. One
So
for the
terribly
Money,
cheesy.
Red Tails, Man on a Ledge, Extremely Loud, Incredible. No wonder it made money. These movies suck.
I know shit.
Contraband, Beauty and the Beast re-release, Haywire, Mission Impossible has been out for 7 weeks already. Yeah, good timing.
Yeah.
Very
That was
good.
an incredible pick.
Good timing. Usually January is not the greatest, but you picked a great time. It fell to third.
Whatever studio executive was like, let's put it in January this weekend. And
Yeah.
everybody's like, are you sure? Yeah. Put it right there. They were like, oh, good. We've got all the other shitty movies at that time. One for the Money actually upset me because it's based on a book series that I've read. A lot of their books. There's more, but I'm like, I got tired of it. There were like 27 books I've read in this series, and there's still more books. But anyways, I was like, oh, I was very excited for that one. And then I watched the trailer and I was like, this movie looks like shit. Yes, it kind of was. God bless Katherine Heigl. She tried.
It fell to third the next weekend when Chronicle and The Woman in Black. Is that the Daniel
Okay.
Radcliffe movie?
Yeah, it is. I
That
really
was
like
actually
that one.
creepy as shit, I remember.
It was.
Yeah. Then 7, then 10, and then it just died off. But it made okay money.
Hmm.
All right, let's look at the poster. I think it's the same poster as the cover. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's just Liam Neeson, the gray.
Yeah. Do you need anything else?
No.
All you need is an extreme close-up of Liam Neeson looking angry, and you're good to go.
And it just had
determined.
yeah.
He looks determined, not angry.
It only has one tagline according to IMDb, and it is "Live or die on this day."
I mean, poetic, but doesn't speak super specifically to the movie.
Now, what do we think? How would you think the critics were to The Gray? I think it did okay.
I think it did okay. I don't think it did great.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I'm wrong. We're wrong.
Did it do
really?
great? Oh my God!
80%.
Oh, but look at the viewers.
Yeah,
the non-critics.
So 207 reviews from critics, bringing in at 80%. 100,000 plus audience. That could be a lot of chicks. They went to and they're like, why did you bring me to this fucking movie? 61% from audience. So that's a big difference. Usually it's the other way around where it's like lower on the. So, all right. Well, this is my movie. I'm going to look for a good one here.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So Don Shanahan, Every Movie Has a Lesson, gives it 4 out of 5 and says Liam Neeson in his 50s convincingly and even poetically takes himself to another place when playing these survival and revenge roles at this age.
Interesting. Brian D. Johnson from Maclean's Magazine in Canada. You have to hand it to Neeson, however. This is one stubbornly committed performance as he faces the Herculean task of defeating the wolves, the cold, and some monstrous flaws in the script.
Brian Eggert from Deep Focus Review gives it 3.5 out of 4, says an unforgivingly brutal, brilliantly acted, beautifully shot motion picture.
Debbie Baldwin from Ladue News. It is a dark, uninspired story that left me wondering why anyone would make this movie. I'm not a big fan of nihilism.
Well, Maddie Lucas, she says from The Dispatch, gives it 3.5 out of 4 and says a tremendous film. A fierce and exciting thriller that sets the bar high in a very young year. It's Neeson's best film in a long, long time.
Laura Kern from Film Comment Magazine said, in the case of The Gray, less would have decidedly been more.
I just about read a bad review. Okay. Cameron Williams of the Popcorn Junkies gives it 4 out of 5 and says it is a wild ride and will answer the question of how long you can hold your breath and then quickly knock it out of you. Cinema seats will be torn apart, popcorn will fly, and there might even be a few tears. That's a pretty bold statement.
I was going to say. Jeff Beck from theexaminer.com.
That's the one I
There
almost read.
There are points where you can feel the filmmakers really trying to get their point across, only to have it lost again in a film that gets its story stuck in a rut. 2.5 out of 4.
And there's a lot here. This will be my last one. Nope. Yeah. Rich Klein from Shadows on the Wall gives it 3 out of 5, saying it's a very well made film, but not very easy to engage with.
I'm going to read this one because I think it's funny. Just so you know, the grade they gave them was a C. So Robert Roten from Laramie Movie Scope. This is my last one, and it's going to end on a good note. This movie starts off with the main character putting a gun to his head, having decided his life has no meaning or purpose. After that, the story starts getting depressing.
I remember it does get very, there's a little bit of optimism at the beginning, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is an action movie. And then 2/3 of the way, you're like, this is wow. I'm glad I'm not there. This would suck. All right. IMDb, our voice of reason, has 273,000 user ratings, coming in at 6.7.
Yeah.
So I will take number 10.
I am ready for you. Let's
All
go.
right. Yeah, very good movie. A survival tale that goes against the grain. No, that's a 7 out of 10. I'm supposed to go to 10. Watched by so many for all the wrong reasons due to misleading trailers. 10 out of 10. I did not go to the theater and see this. Neither did you, obviously.
I definitely didn't. Otherwise, I'd be pissed I paid money for it. Especially if I can't remember it. I'd be so pissed. Let me see. Ooh, interesting. So many people missing the point about this movie. Underrated. Maggie MGR, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I got a lot of those here. Misunderstood, underrated, yeah. Unpredictable and intense. That is from Javanis Kasami. 8 out of 10. The fuck?
More psychological thriller than action. Arctic crash survivors eluding wolves and weather. Leon Louis Ritchie, 7 out of 10.
Thought-provoking and intelligent film about a survival fight set in Alaska. 6 out of 10. Ma Cortez. 6 out of 10. I just said that. Fucking.
Soiled 7, Crash in Snow, Sing Danny Boy. Love Pythons, 5 out of 10.
Oh, fuck. These were both kind of funny. This is the dumbest wildlife movie ever. W. Williams, prisoner number 307-76490.
Let me see. Wow. Oh, interesting. A pretentious art house action film. Roger Daub, 3 out of 10.
This is Darwin's theory of nature eliminating the stupid is so true. 2 out of 10. Ivan Deister.
A fight for survival, just watching it. Very disappointing. Rose Warren, 1 out of 10. With this one, which I feel like I need to say, it just says, "Go Wolves!" I was like, oh, shit.
All right, let's bring up a trailer.
Let's see if this will jog my memory.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this one will work. Let me share it. Now I'm wondering if it's. I can't remember to be honest, I can't remember the trailer at all here. So
A job at the end of the world. I work security, protecting men from the dangers they cannot see. There's not a second goes by when I'm not thinking of you in some way.
Going home, guys. Let's keep it moving.
We need a fire, and we find food. If we don't move and work now, we're all freeze to death.
Somebody will find us. They gotta know that plane went off the radar.
Nobody's gonna find us. Not here. We figure out what way is south, and we start walking.
This will be one of those wild stories you tell at a party.
Listen, get up, get up.
Don't move. Stare right back at him. If we can get to that tree line, we can better defend ourselves. Go! Hold on!
You gotta be kidding me.
We can climb down.
If we fall in a river, we got a better chance of finding shelter. How are we gonna deal with this?
We take them on, one at a time. I want to see your face. Feel your hands in mine.
Don't stop!
Don't be afraid.
You're muted.
That looks great.
It looks intense, but like emotionally intense.
Yes. And I remember that, but I don't remember the trailer being anything different than what the movie is.
That one felt really like it had a lot of images of like his wife. So it's very clear that he's a man who's mourning. He's mourning something. But that was definitely very heavy on action.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I work security. So you're like, okay, he's a capable man. My wife's dead. Get on a plane. And then after that, it's just action, 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 action. So I think if it's not all
Well, I don't
action-
think it's all action all the way through. I think there is
Yeah,
some
I think,
dialogue and a lot of
there's
hiking and
probably a lot of feelings
Yeah.
being shared and stuff like that. So I think that's where people might have felt,
But I know the
I'm
action
like-
I remember the action being intense.
yeah, it feels that way. Like, I think it's going to be a really, the trailer jogged no memory.
So you probably
Mind
have
you,
not.
I probably haven't. There was a Pierce Brosnan movie where he plays a guy who pretends to be indigenous. I think it had the word gray in the title too. I think I keep confusing that. What is that movie called? Is it Gray Owl?
Oh, that might be Grey Owl, actually. As soon as you said that, that sounded familiar.
I don't know. I'm going to look for it because I'm like, maybe that's what I was confusing this middle-aged white guy out in the wilderness.
The
Picture
story and
little
life
wolves
of
in that
work
too.
of a Canadian fur trapper turned conservationist who claimed to be an Aboriginal North American. Pierce Brosnan, directed by Richard Attenborough, Grey Owl.
Okay. Maybe that was what I was
I don't think I've
confusing it
seen
with.
that movie. I like Pierce Brosnan.
I've seen it. It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take your word on it. There's probably
It's
a reason I
fine.
haven't watched a Pierce Brosnan movie. I like Brosnan. I don't like all
I
his
like him
movies.
too. That's very true. Very, very true.
So what do you think? You think you're going to like The Grey?
I think I'm going to like it, and I have a feeling it's a lot more drama than action thriller. Because they really hammered home this is a man grieving and he just wants to be with his wife in the trailer itself.
Yeah. And I would talk about some of the points, but since you haven't seen it, I won't. I'll wait till we come back.
I mean, you can. It's impossible to ruin things for me.
Oh, okay. Like, I don't know if anybody, it's one of those things where you question, it's either, because I remember, did it have an alternate ending? Because I remember it does not end well.
Yeah.
The way it ends is so disheartening. You're like, oh, dudes, fuck. And then it's like almost a metaphor, like maybe they didn't survive the plane. Maybe this is death.
Yeah.
But if it's reality, it's like, fuck, that sucks for you. Hardcore. I won't ruin that part because I could be wrong. It's been a while. I have not seen this movie since maybe 2012, 13.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So it has been quite a few years for me. But I remember really, really liking it. I also remembered really liking a lot of the other movies I fucking watched this year.
I mean, yeah.
Other than Trading Places, I've been wrong every fucking time.
It's funny, though, because I'm usually right more than not.
Not this year
But
for me.
even-
Holy shit.
Even on the ones where I'm like, oh, man, I remember loving this movie and I don't love it anymore, but I'm like, I still like it. Like, it's still okay. So I've been feeling very, very good about my life choices.
All right. Well,
And now we're going to watch The Grey.
We're going to go watch The Grey with Liam Neeson. And when we come back, we are going to review it.
You heard them. Movie time. Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a treat. And then watch a classic kick-ass movie from whenever the one we're about to watch was made.
And welcome back. Did you watch 2011's The Grey?
I did.
So bleak.
Jesus Christ.
It was a lot bleaker than I remember. I'm like, oh my God.
We had 2 movies we needed to watch. And I was like, which one do I watch first?
I hope you watch The Grey first.
So I was like, oh, maybe. No, I'm going to watch The Grey because I feel like I'm going to need a palate cleanser from the way Jimmy was talking about it. So boy, am I glad.
So much. Everything about this movie was sad. The camera shots, the
depressing.
The texture of the lenses,
the
cinematography was depressing. It looked very amazing,
beautiful.
But it was just
sad.
Despair.
The entire it's just so bleak.
Canvas of despair.
And even the lighting choices, I was like, man, you're really like driving home this cold, alone, afraid, sad, like just defeatist. And I was like, God damn it, guys.
I was reading one of the things, I don't know what reviewer was it that said this. Actually, I think it was Roger Ebert, that he walked out of the second movie. He didn't even go to the second movie he was going to review because he didn't think it would be fair because he was so depressed. Like, so it was so sad that he didn't think he could give it a good enough.
It also angered me a little bit. Like, I was like, I need something so light and fluffy and ridiculous to wash my brain after this before I go to bed. And so I watched Love Island on Pluto TV because I was like, I couldn't even do Midsummer Murders, which normally is my comfort show. And I just watched that in the background, British people quietly getting murdered in the countryside. Very soothing to me. But I was like, nah, man, even that's a little too like down for me. I was like, I need something where someone's going to fight over whether or not their relationship has been tested by a random person in a bikini. I'm like, I need this. So I watched Love Island for a bit and it mellowed me enough because I was just like, what? Oh, I was just like, this is so terribly like, and it kind of, okay, look, movie is really good. Like, objectively, it is a good movie.
Yeah.
Depressing as fuck, but it's a good movie. But I like the way they bookended. Like, initially, in the beginning of the movie, he doesn't want to live.
No.
In the end of the movie, he's doing all he can to live.
And that's kind of poetic. I mean,
so poetic. And you see this journey of like him, like Liam Neeson does such a good job of just quietly doing this, where he's just like, okay, this terrible thing has happened. We're all alive. I'm going to get you out alive. And then as people keep dying, because God damn it.
one more worse than the last.
It was terrible. Like, it just kept getting worse and worse. And I was like, the fuck? Are you trying to get me to kill myself? Because I have depression. This is not a good movie. Which is why I watched Love Island immediately afterwards. But like, every death is a really great like example of the many deaths that you can experience. And even though they're all out in the wilderness and it's like they're individual choices where it's just like, you know, one is carelessness, a little bit of carelessness because you're not aware of your surroundings and you're not taking the threat seriously. And then another one is, you know, where you mock and where you mock the threat and you think you're above it. And then another one is, you know, just the giving up. It's too hard. I can't do it. One is, you know, I'm trying, but I can't. I physically can't.
Yeah.
And then it's done. And then the other one is, I want to live, but this world won't let me. And then you got Liam Neeson with like travel size, like shot bottles of alcohol, just ready to duke it out, even though in the beginning he didn't want to like live. And I'm like, holy shit, way to explore death and all of its different facets in a blizzard in Alaska. Just it's a lot.
It was a lot more than I remember. I have not seen this since around that time.
And I had never seen it. So I was
and
like,
everything
I'm
remembering,
movie.
I knew it didn't have a happy ending. I remembered that part. Mm-hmm. But I remembered it being more like the action and stuff, which it is. It totally has that. I just kind of forgot about the whole sadness and the bleak. Because the guy, remember when they crashed and the one guy, and Liam Neeson's character is Otway is like, you're dying, dude. You're done. Just move forward. Open your cut. It'll get nice and warm. Think good thought. That guy had the best death out of all of them.
100%.
He was the lucky 100%. One. If I was in this movie universe, I would have rather die on the plane. I would not want to go through any of this at all.
You know what? Have me die before the plane crashes.
Yeah. I'd be happy to die.
My neck snap as it's descending. Beautiful. Yeah. If I was in this movie, that's who I want to be.
I know. We had another blizzard here, and we got another 25 centimeters of snow. Fucking where climate change? Greta Thunberg, you fucker, you promised me climate change. Where are my fucking palm trees? No,
not here, my friend. First, we're going through the global freeze.
When I take my youngest to school, we have to go through this field. It's a very big field. And after this blizzard, there's about 20 centimeters of snow.
Of course.
That's about, I don't know what that would be in inches.
It's like 1.5-ish. A little more than a foot.
No, 30 centimeters is a foot.
Oh, 20. Oh, then a little less than a foot.
Yeah, like a little less than a foot. And I'm walking through, and I've watched this movie, and I'm like, oh my God, these people, when they were walking through, and they was up to their knees, I'm like, I would have given up. I would just stayed at the plane.
I'm not even kidding you. I got tired watching because when I saw their legs sink down, I'm like, okay, look, guys, when we have like 5 inches of snow here, I'm ready to just give up. I'm like, I don't need to go out. I don't need to go to work. I don't need to go grocery shop. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm ready to give up. These people, because it's literally like a foot. It's like a foot of snow because those are relatively tall men. I'm a very short person. So like 5 inches for me is already getting close to my knees. These people are already like at their knees, and these are like 6 foot tall guys. I'm like, I could never.
No.
I could never. I would also think for some reason that I'm Canadian enough that I can make my own snowshoes. Not even gonna lie. I really like, I don't know if you've played this game, but if you're in a small plane crash, because I mean, big plane crashes, you assume you're going to die. But in a small plane crash, I don't know why, but in my head, the chance of survival is bigger. Plane crashes, at least there's one. I'm like, if I survived a plane crash in the middle of like a forested area in the dead of winter, I play would I survive and how would I do it? And I start thinking through the different things, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, you build a shelter in the plane or whatever's left of the plane, have a fire. And I'm like, wait, no, you can't, because jet fuel, stupid move. But then I'm like, maybe if you warm up rocks, like I'm doing all of this. Then I watched this movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd die. I'd be dead. No, I would not survive.
Useless.
I'd try, but I would die.
Yeah, I would be useless. I'm
Yeah. You'd be like, guys, just leave me here. It's
walking this morning. It was like, 8 inches, a little over 8 inches. And I'm trudging. And of course, my little daughter's just running around. Ha, 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 ha,
I know.
like,
Kids have fun.
And I'm like, oh my God, just think about the movie. I'm like, no, I'd be done. I'd be cooked.
No.
There's no way.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And the deaths just keep getting sadder and sadder.
Even
and sadder.
What's his name? Frank Grillo, Diaz.
Yeah. His was.
You didn't even like the guy, but then you start warming up a bit too. And then you're like, dude, don't give up. Jesus Christ.
You're so close. Keep going. And then.
Fucking, I don't know who's sadder. I'll get Dermot Mulroney. That was sad. Dermot Mulroney's character.
Oh my God.
I'm like, when you saw the hair, I forgot all about it. I'm like, and I couldn't remember, but I'm like, that's not his daughter's hair brushing up against his face.
No, it's not.
But he's imagining it's a daughter, so that was nice.
That was nice. I mean, I think he was also internally bleeding, so quick death, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Hopefully.
He was already coughing up blood.
Yeah.
I'm sure multiple things were broken. He probably had a punctured lung. So I was like, oh, please die quick. Please die quick. But yeah, no, there were quite a few. Hendrix was probably the one.
Hendrix, who was doing well and wanted to live.
He was doing so good.
And then motherfucking nature just, nope.
The world was just like, nope.
Nope.
You're not.
And that's something that
it.
happens to a lot of people. And it just happened to him. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me?
And it was, and it's, you hear Otway kind of be like, hold your breath.
Yeah.
But obviously,
trying to breathe into him.
Yeah. Hendrix screaming underneath the water. He can't hear him.
No.
And he's like, hold your breath. And I was like, oh, and it was just a moment of panic and being overwhelmed and them try. And then that shot of his face underwater. Oh. Now, do you see why I had to watch Love Island? I was like, I need something so frivolous where like the highest stakes are like who kisses who in a challenge. I'm like, I need this in my life right now because I can't.
I literally said, like out loud, I was by myself watching it, but I literally said out loud, I don't remember it being this sad.
I really thought, like, look, there's a good amount of action in it. Like, it
can jump scares. Those wolves.
Yeah, the wolves.
Fuck them. The bastards.
For reals.
Just out of nowhere. Or you see them just fucking running at them through the fields of snow.
Yes.
I'm like, uh-oh.
Every time they showed up, I was like, fuck you guys, man. Take a break.
People got mad because it wasn't a very realistic portrayal of wolves. But I'm like, the director even said, like, it's a movie. 2, they symbolize death and the inavailability of doom. Like,
I was gonna say they felt very metaphorical. I'm like, this is not a nature movie,
and they did a job very well. They
did their job very well.
Fucking terrifying.
The very first real wolf death is when that guy goes to pee while he's on watch.
Oh yeah, I forgot, and I kind of jumped.
I jumped. I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I was like, "Oh no!"
And it's gnawing on his face. Oh,
gnawing on every. I was like, "This is so," and nobody knows until the morning.
And you just see the shadow of the wolves, and just I was like, ripping them apart.
I was like, oh, guys. God.
Yeah, everyone wakes up like, oh.
Everybody's like, I slept longer. Wow. I guess he stayed on watch longer than.
Thanks,
No,
buddy.
he didn't. He did. He did. And that's why it starts with when there's a threat, because the wolves had been introduced already.
Yeah.
And Otway was like, this is a threat. You need to be careful. Like, we need to be on watch. I'll take the first watch, 2 hours, whatever. And when you have a watch that short, it's because you really need to be alert. You can't risk
They should
starting
have
to get tired.
Two people.
Yeah,
at a
it should have
time.
been 2 people. But
Yeah.
I mean, they also only had like 8 people.
The only guy I did like Henrik and Burke.
Yes.
And
I really
Burke was
like-
like, oh, come on, dude.
Oh, so mad.
Fuck's sake.
That was so sad. And I was like, no.
And you saw it coming with his coughing, and he wasn't.
Yes.
I'm like,
you're
I don't even
"Oh,"
think
I
this
was
guy's
like,
going to be able to walk. And that poor dummy that fell behind when they're walking, the first
Yes.
hitting towards a tree line. Oh,
I think
my
that was the
God.
annoying guy, right? From the plane
Yes.
Flannery. Yes.
Yeah. But what
Yeah.
a shit way to go. Like, he knew
That
he
was
was
terrible.
done.
But you know what? I didn't feel that bad. I don't feel that bad about him
No.
because he was just a dick through it all. And even when, always trying to like, give some dignity to the dead. And he's like, take their wallets, but don't take anything else off of them. Like,
Mhm.
we're doing this to identify them. We're not like, we want to bring something back, but don't go rifling through and stealing their gloves and shit like that. I'm like, come
Yeah.
on. Like off their bodies. And I was like, that's beautiful. And Flannery's like, the fuck? I was like, guys, can you not? Also, he was the one that said, if this plane crashes, I'm like, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, the
was
one
like,
guy, Burke, was like, why would you say that?
I was like, valid, you guys.
That shot at the end just put so much weight at the end of this movie when he was going through each and every wallet, looking at
my
their
God.
faces and the people
And
with
the
their
family
kids
members,
and the
like the
family.
people
Yeah.
that they talked about
Yeah.
and the love that they had for them. And I'm
And
like,
I'm like, fuck it, this is a horrible pick.
no, it was a good pick. It just needs to come with a trigger warning.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it was a fantastic movie. It looked and sounded, and it was shot beautifully. I forgot, because we didn't do this in the preview. Joe, I want to say Carnahan is the director.
Okay.
He actually makes some really good movies. He just did the new one, The Rip. I haven't seen it on Netflix with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
I haven't seen it yet either.
But he did Smoking Aces, The
Which I love.
A-Team. I like
love
The A-Team.
Team 2.
The Gray, Those Who Kill, Stretch. He did a couple episodes of Blacklist. He did Boss Level with Frank Grillo. That is a loop movie where the guy gets assassinated and he keeps trying to fight them off over and over and over in this movie. But it's a very funny movie. He did Cop Shop with Frank Grillo and Gerard Butler, which was also another movie. So he makes some fun. Not this movie. This movie is not fun. I would not put
This movie
fun
is
in this.
not fun at all. How long has it been since you've watched The A-Team?
It's been a while. I love Rampage Jackson. I love Bradley Cooper. I love Liam Neeson. I really like this director. Who plays Murdoch in that movie?
Oh, God. I literally just had...
Who the hell? B.A. Baracus was Rampage.
it's the South African guy, District 9.
Yes. Yes.
What is his name?
Charlton Copley.
Yes.
Yeah,
Love
he
him.
plays Murdoch. Patrick Wilson is in it. Yeah, there's a lot of
I
people
remember
in this
him
movie.
being so awesome in it. I'm going to be slightly mean. The love story with Jessica Biel felt really out of place in the A-Team. But
Yeah, I kind of remember that they didn't need that.
they really didn't.
No.
Like, I kind of understand why, because eventually her character becomes useful. But I'm like, did we really need her in that much of the movie?
No.
Anyways,
Well, I like Jessica Biel. She's hot.
she's smoking. Nobody's saying she's pretty good. I've heard she's been working on her craft lately. I haven't watched any of her newer stuff, but I know she did a couple two series where like people were
I haven't
really
seen them
applauding
either,
her
but I've heard
acting.
that
I
they
haven't
were
seen them
pretty
either,
good.
but I've heard that she's really great in them. So I'll watch that. But now, excuse me while I add a movie to my list. Go ahead, keep talking.
All right. Well, let's go through this dredge fest. God. All right. Here is the plot. Here, let's go through the movie The Grey. John Ottaway works as a sharpshooter at a remote Alaskan oil facility. His job is to look around and shoot wolves. I don't know if that's a real thing, but I'm guessing it is for wolves, polar bears. I'd be more afraid of polar bears than wolves attacking you. Polar bears
They will eat your face.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
And everything else. They don't give a shit. They will roam into town and be like, fuck you. I'm going to eat you.
I remember seeing a meme of a polar bear wandering into town in Alaska.
Yeah.
And a guy he had a gun, but was like, fuck this, jumped on his snowmobile and booted it. And this polar bear chased him for a little bit. I'm like, oh, I would have been screaming like a little girl.
You would have been crying. It would have been a thing. It's funny though, because like I often think about, because one of my ultimate goals in life is to live and work
to wrestle a polar bear.
Fuck no, they're mean motherfuckers. I'm not wrestling shit.
They're apex too, which means they'll eat you alive while you're just
100%.
It doesn't bother them.
They don't care.
It doesn't ruin the dining mood.
They like the fight.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Play dead, don't play dead. They don't care. They're going to eat you anyways.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Black bears, you can scare.
Yes.
Grizzlies, Kodiaks, you can play dead and they might maul you a bit and leave you alone.
Yeah.
Polar bears will just eat you.
They don't care.
You're done.
They're like, ooh.
And they look so cute. They look like the funnest of all the bears.
They're the ones you want to cuddle the most.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that will
give them a Coke.
Yes. You're like, you play with Santa. No, they don't.
No,
they don't. But yeah, I want to live and work in every province and territory in Canada eventually before I die. But then every time I think about working in like Nunavut or the Northwest Territories or the Yukon, I'm like, I don't know if I could do it. There's a lot of like killer animals.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that just wandered. Even a moose.
Mooses are ginormous and terrifying.
Yeah, and they will fuck you up
so hard.
Even if you're in a car, they'll fuck you up.
Car versus moose wins every time. The moose will walk away. You not guaranteed.
No, there was a comedian who said he went to Canada for a vacation, and they're like he was going to look for a moose, and he was upset because no one really explained what a moose was. He was like watching something come out of a Star Wars film of how big and ginormous these fucking things were.
But especially if you get them during like their molting or shedding time when their antlers are shedding.
Oh yeah.
They're terrifying.
Yeah.
They're I'm like, you are what nightmares are made of. Like
it takes several of these wolves to try to take, and they don't always do it successfully, and they lose the odd wolf in the pack trying to take down a moose if they can do it.
The outside is scary. Okay,
oh, God.
Stay inside. Anyways, let's go through this.
Right.
Sorry.
Protecting the staff from frequent gray wolf attacks. His wife has died from terminal illness. We don't learn that till near the end. We see her sad and him sad.
Guess.
We guess that either. Well, at first I'm like, did she divorce him and he's really depressed?
Well, I think because they were always laying in bed, and I was like, this feels very ethereal. So I was like, ooh, is she dead?
And then when she started saying, "Don't be scared,"
yeah.
So, and then at the end where she has the cancer treatment and stuff,
you see the IV and you're like, gotcha. She dead.
This leaves him devastated and depressed. Leaves me fucking devastated and depressed. On Ottaway's last day of work, he considers suicide. Yes, it's a 5-week on, 2-week off type thing.
Yeah.
And the next day, Ottaway embarks on a return flight to Anchorage with his fellow workers. Malfunction causes the plane to crash in the icy wilderness. You knew something was fucked up when they were sitting there, and the breath. Like, it should not be that fucking cold.
Yeah, I was like, shit. Something's
wrong.
Shutting down.
Yeah.
Stuff is shutting down because it's cold up there. if you don't have everything working.
Ottaway survives, this lucky fucker, and along with John Diaz, Jerome Talget, Pete Henrik, Todd Flannery, Jason Burke, and Dwayne Hernandez, takes shelter in the plane wreckage. While keeping watch that night, Hernandez is attacked and killed by a wolf. Horrible death. After finding his body in the morning, Ottaway states that they may be within the territory of a wolf pack. He believes the wolves feel threatened by the survivors' presence and thinks they may have a better chance of surviving in a nearby forest. And not expecting a rescue, the group decides to leave. Yeah, that's what he says to them. Like, they're not, he goes, they would have to send 50 fucking planes to find us. And by the time they will find us, we'll be long dead. If we stay here, we'll have frozen or starved.
Spoiler alert.
Take your pick.
Oh, God.
The survivors journey south with Ottaway leading the way. Flannery falls behind the group and is killed by the wolves. Yeah, they see him fall behind and they come at him in all the different directions.
Well, yeah, because the wolves are like stalking them.
Yeah, waiting patiently.
When you're watching it, there's this like haze from the snow and the wind. So you can't really, like, you see the shapes, you see the shadows, and you know that you don't know that they're being followed until just before Flannery gets it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, and then the shadows of the wolves kind of come up and you're like, oh, shit. And then Flannery tries to run, but a foot of snow. The fuck you going to do?
Yeah. And before this, we see where they're looking for survivors and Ottaway sees like he thinks he hears her, the stewardess, and he's like, oh, I'm coming. And then he realizes it's a wolf is just munching on her and attacks him. And then when they're in the plane and they see the eyes of the wolves pop out of the darkness and they realize just how many fucking wolves are.
It's not one wolf
looking
for a snack.
No,
it's an entire pack. Just staring, waiting, go munch on your face.
At nightfall, the group is attacked again and they light several campfires to ward off the predators. Diaz, overwhelmed with stress, threatens Ottaway with a knife. Ottaway disarms him because the situation escalates. However, a lone wolf charges at Diaz. The group manages to kill the animal and subsequently cooks and eats it. Yeah, they have this idea where he found his gun broken, but he had the bullets that they could use it to kill. They use almost all of them for this one wolf.
Yeah. I was like, guys.
It worked, but
but like, this is also,
bullets.
You get really frantic, obviously, because you just watched someone get attacked by a giant wolf. So you're like, the fuck. And I get it. But as it was happening and like another person came in with their stick with the bullet on it, I was like, oh no, another one. Oh no, they're running out. They're not going to have oh no, they're going to die. Like, I was having a moment where I was like, oh, that sucks balls.
Ottaway speculates that the wolf was an Omega sent by the Alpha Wolf to test the group's abilities. It sounds silly, but I've watched a lot of shows where wolves are this intelligent, where they do have language, they fucking flank, they have all this stuff. They actually send, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, they will send a female wolf to play with dogs in a yard and the female wolf will lure the dogs out, where the male dogs, the alphas and whatever, will attack and kill off the dogs for food, or I don't know, whatever they do. Yeah, so they are very intelligent.
They're incredibly intelligent. And did you just say they're incredibly intelligent, stupid wolves? They're honestly, look, the animal kingdom in general, like, yes, there are some incredibly dumb animals out there. 100%.
I have a couple of them.
And there are some that we have trained into being incredibly dumb. 100%. But most of them, if you left them in the wilderness, they're smarter than the average human.
Yeah. Like Yogi. He's smart.
He's smarter than the average bear.
Enraged, Diaz throws the severed head at the wolf pack. Yeah, this is the only time they had smiles but even that, you're watching it, it's not, this could have it's still depressing. It's still like,
because it starts with after they kill the wolf, Diaz just keeps stabbing it.
Yeah.
Like it's a personal vendetta. And one of the guys is like, I think you got it. And he's still going. like still swearing at it. And then when they start to hear the wolves after they've eaten part of the wolf, they're like, we barbecued this guy. And then they hear the wolves. Diaz kind of gets triggered again.
Yep.
And he's like, fuck you, you're not going to get me. Like, I'm going to take this. Like, he wants to insult the wolves. So he throws the severed head of their pack member to them. And I'm like, my dude, we've already proven that they're hungry and angry.
Yeah.
Why are you going to piss them off even more?
Yeah, let's poke at them some more.
Yeah, but you can kind of see it's funny because they had a moment on like when you're looking at the faces, everybody looks really uncomfortable with this. Like they all are just like,
oh yeah,
are you okay? What the fuck? Like this is unhinged, but nobody really says anything except for like a couple of people are like, hey man, it's okay. You don't have to. It's fine. You don't have to. And he just keeps like hacking away at this like head. And I'm like, well, he's fully unhinged. Like the wilderness has gotten to him.
Yeah. I like also how they showed just how close they were. Cause when the wolves howled, the one, you saw the breath like, like billowing out. And then you saw the other, as they started all howling, how close they fucking were. Like they weren't a mile away. They were like 50 feet that way.
They were real close.
Yeah. While the group sits around the campfire that night, Diaz discusses his beliefs and declares that he's an atheist. Talget states that he has faith in God and speaks lovingly of his daughter, Mary, who has long hair. This just made it worse. Long hair only he is allowed to cut. Ottaway also expresses atheist beliefs and recites a poem his father wrote about the fighting for survival into the fray again. The next day, Burke dies from hypoxia during a sudden blizzard. The survivors attempt to cross a canyon with an anchor rope. Fuck that. The anchor rope on a nearby tree to lower themselves off the edge. So they have to, there's a cliff. They hear the water down below the trees. And then he's like, and he even says, we can tie our stuff together as like a rope. Someone jumps into the tree and then ties it up and we'll cross it. And they're like, are you out of your mind? And he's like, oh, it wasn't a good idea. I'm just saying it's an idea. And that's what they do. I'm like, oh my God.
And God bless, because I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, you don't, yeah.
Maybe
I would have got
keep
3
walking.
feet out over the cliff and plunged.
Well, no, because there's also, it's literally their shit all tied together.
Yes.
Like, this is not climbing rope.
No.
This is not anchored in with like hooks and like this is not professionally set up. Nobody's wearing a harness. They're just like, no, wrap your arms around these 50 t-shirts we've tied together to go across this cavern.
I hope
that's very high up.
And
there
wasn't a lot of Walmart in there.
Yeah, I'm like, Jesus, no. I'd be like, buddy, I'm gonna keep walking.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. God bless them for being brave enough to try it.
Yeah, Talget is the last one to go, so he falls to the ground, grievously injured, and sees a vision of Mary telling him she loves him before he is finished off by the wolf pack. Yeah, he feels her, her hair in his face, which he talked about around the campfire and stuff, and I'm like, that's not her hair, dude.
I was like, oh, shit.
And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, can this movie get any more depressing? And the answer is yes, it can.
It was funny,
and it does.
After he falls and he coughs up that blood, nice, and he sees Mary, I was like, oh, he's about to die.
Yeah.
He's having a vision of his daughter. And then he's like, I can feel your hair on my face. And I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no. And then all of a sudden, you hear the wolf. And I was like, oh. And then they find just like blood stains.
Yeah.
They're like, they dragged him away. And I was like, oh, that makes it sound worse. I was really hoping he was just dead.
In an attempt to save him, Diaz also falls and injures his knee. Eventually, Diaz, Otway, and Henrik arrive at a river where Diaz, injured, dispirited, and exhausted, tells his companions he can go no further. And this was the guy that was the most gung-ho, the most like, fuck it, fuck them, fuck this.
He was also the one who was like, I know how to survive.
Yeah.
And challenges Otway a lot. Like, he's just like, why are you the one? I know how to get out of this. Like, this is not, I can do this. And he's very aggressive with it. And then to see him just like fully defeated and just be like, I'm going to just sit here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just completely defeated.
He's done. He's just done. He's like, nope.
Hooked. I can't go on. I can't walk. I don't want to. I don't want to live anymore. That's basically what he's.
He's just like, I'm peace out.
Jesus Christ.
So, but it's that's the thing where it's like you see the one that has the most kind of aggression and will to live and is very, even him being an atheist leans into that where he's like, I'm the one in control of my life. I'm the one who, and then for him to be like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
Now, did he say, I'm not afraid when he heard the growl?
I think he did.
Or did he say, I am afraid?
I heard.
I think he says, I'm not afraid. I'm not 100%.
I think he says, I'm not afraid because he's also the one that said, I don't carry fear in my heart.
Yeah.
Like he was very much like, I don't carry fear. I'm not afraid. And Otway's like, you're a fucking moron. Maybe he does say I'm afraid. I'm going to rewatch that part. Because I'm like, now I need to confirm whether or not I initially heard I'm not afraid. But now as we're talking about it, I'm like, shit, did he say I am afraid?
Yeah.
That would have been a really great full circle moment for him.
Yeah. And then you hear the growl and then we cut away from Diaz.
Like,
we assume he's dead.
Yeah, 100%. He's dead. The wolves are not going to be like, hey, buddy, are you okay? Let me make a splint for you.
Yeah.
You can keep going. Maybe we'll make a litter and the wolves will take you to civilization. No.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll build a dog sled and everything. And
100%. Yeah. And then we'll cuddle with you at night so you stay warm. It'll be great. Yeah.
After leaving him, Otway and Henrik continue their trek and are again pursued by the wolf pack. Henrik falls into the river and becomes trapped underwater. This sucks. I mean, I'm like, this just fucking blows.
Yeah. 100%.
He gets stuck with his foot. And that's totally something that happens to a lot of people when they're doing stuff like this. Not everybody, obviously, but it does happen. And you're like, oh my God, this poor bastard. He wanted to live. Out of everybody, he wanted to live.
He made it almost to the very end. Like, he was like, we're still going. He didn't have any major injuries.
Yeah.
I think.
And he was like, we'll carry Diaz. Let's make
he was like, we'll make a litter. We'll do it. And Diaz was like, nah, we're good. He's probably got the most like desire to live.
Yeah.
And or hope to like survive this. Like he's like, we can do this. And for him to be stuck and then to panic.
Oh.
Because that was the downfall for him. He was panicking, so he wasn't thinking. Otway's trying to save him, but obviously he can't communicate and he's just screaming underwater. And Otway's like,
and you can tell Otway doesn't want to be alone.
No.
And you're like, he's trying so hard.
He jumps in that water and he's trying to pull that guy up. And he's like, hold your breath. I'm going to remember that forever. Because it's like, I'm telling you how to live.
Yeah.
And you're so consumed with panic. You can't hear me. I'm also underwater and screaming.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, shit. No. I was like, no. Tell me he's not going to die.
Otway, powerless to rescue him, watches as Henrik drowns. Otway stumbles into a clearing, exhausted and suffering from hypothermia. He arranges the wallets of the dead passengers in the shape of a cross and recalls the poem written by his father. I don't think his father wrote it.
No, actually, he did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He wrote that poem, and he was like, it was only 4 lines, but he loved poetry.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
But that was the poem he wrote.
That's right. Sorry. Yeah. He also goes through, we already said this, he goes through all the pictures, and we see all the characters and all the family members they talked about. And yeah, it made it even worse. Alone in the clearing, Otway realizes he has arrived in the wolves' den, and that the entire time the group's attempts to get away from the pack's territory only led them deeper into it. As the pack's alpha emerges and approaches him, Otway gathers his last reserves of strength while recalling his deceased wife's last words, to not be afraid, arms himself with a knife and shards of liquor bottles taped to his hand, and recites his father's poem one last time. The screen cuts to black as the alpha and Otway charge at one another. And it just cuts from there, people.
I need to know if he lived.
I'm
need to know.
I'm gonna guess and say No, I think that alpha, everyone else got the regular wolves. He got the alpha.
Yeah, but he's ready for it. They're charging at each other. Also, he taped the knife to his hand.
Yeah.
So he's not losing the knife.
No,
so all
it's
he has
not
to do
going
is
anywhere.
swing his hand, and he can get a couple really good. You could totally get a knife in the head.
Oh
in
yeah,
the ear,
I'm
in the
saying
heart,
like,
in the
maybe he
chest.
did kill the alpha, but even if he did kill the alpha, there's still like 8 or 9 other wolves just
Look, those
watching.
teeny tiny bottles of vodka and tequila. Maybe they did. Like I was like, oh shit, he's ready to fight. But that was the great bookend, because it's like the beginning of the movie is a man who doesn't want to live,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end is a man who's doing all he can to live.
Yeah, I actually have that in my review. Yeah,
It's
really good.
I was like, fuck, that's good.
And who knows? Maybe he's still out there eating wolf meat,
Wearing wolf pelts, living in a wolf house,
wearing a wolf jacket.
He's got a wolf like skeleton in the front yard
Yeah,
of his little house. He's got a little garden. Tomatoes gets found by like the oil company years later. He's like, hey guys, how's it going?
I think he died. That's just me. And that is our movie. So This was my movie. Yeah, actually, no. What's your score?
So my score, this is a rent it. And the reason why I say this is because I'm like, nobody's going to choose to watch this movie on the regular. Nobody's going to be like, you know what? It's Saturday afternoon. I've got a few hours. Let's watch The Grey.
Yeah, hey kids.
Unless you want to stay home for the rest of the night and cry into takeout because you have no will to live anymore, because you're like, we're all just going to die. Maybe it's on a mountain by like a pack of killer wolves, or maybe it's by like having a heart attack. We're all just going to die. Doesn't matter.
Shoveling snow.
Yeah, we're all just going to die. So it's not one of those movies where even like years later, like I highly doubt I'm ever going to sit there going, you know what I want to watch again? The Grey.
I'm in a good mood. I feel like I need to be brought down a couple notches.
I'm not suicidal right now. Let's fix that and watch The Grey. Yeah, it's one of those, like, it's a beautiful movie. Absolutely beautiful. Really good storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
In a very non-pretentious way. Like, it explores big themes and big theories in life. Higher power, life itself, like what makes life worth living, where your touchstones, what does it matter if you have no one? Does that make your life less worthy? Like it's all in there through casual conversations around campfires, walks through the snow, people getting eaten by wolves. It's all in there. And it builds the tension so subtly that you don't realize that every time there's a quiet moment in this movie, you're tensed up, waiting for one of them to get eaten by a wolf. Oh. You're just convinced.
Yeah.
Like you're like, wait, they're taking a breath? Someone's gonna die.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there tensed up and ready to like see this. Really good movie. Really good performances.
Yes.
Really, really great cinematography. It's a gorgeous movie, and I do think, and objectively good, and I do think people should watch it, but like once, okay? Once. Maybe if you want to buy a DVD copy to lend out to people so that they can see it once.
Yeah, so they can be sad too.
Because, look, if don't let any of your like super depressed or like suicidal friends watch this, because, dude, no, this is terrible to watch. It'll make you even worse. But however, if you're in an exceptionally good mood and you're like and you want to watch a like beautiful film, exceptionally well done, then yes, watch The Grey. Don't just watch this for fun. There is no fun in this movie. This is not a fun movie.
No.
This is a sad and complicated movie, but beautiful. So this is a solid rent it. Because who the fuck would watch it again for funsies? Nobody.
When you forget how fucking bleak it is.
It was so I was just like, and that's why. And I think it's funny because I tell my friends all the time that I am a super optimist. And they're like, you? Really? And I said, look, I'm negative about a lot of things in life, but I fully believe that everything will turn out good. Like, everything will turn out the way it should be, and everybody will have a satisfactory ending. Like, I'm like, this is my firm belief. So when you were like, I think he died at the end of the movie, I'm like, no, I think he lived. I think he lived, and I think he wandered into a random, like, fishing village and survived. I'm like, that's what I think. He eventually made it out. Maybe missing a few fingers, but he made it out. So yeah, so I say very good, solid Rent It. And I'd probably give this like I'd give it a 7.5. Now, the reason why I say 7.5, I have a pathological need to, unless I know a sequel is coming, I need my story wrapped up. Otherwise, this would have gotten an 8, because it's a really good, really solid movie, and it's really well done. And I do think everybody should watch it once. Don't watch it twice. Why are you going to do that to yourself? Why? Anyways, what's your review? What's your score?
If you remember liking The Grey the way I did, you probably remember it as an intense action movie, man versus wolf, with Mother Nature as the tag team partner. And technically, it is that movie. But rewatching it, it is so much bleaker than I remember. This isn't just man versus wolf, it's man versus grief, man versus guilt, man versus the elements, and the elements are winning from minute one. And you see it in every frame. You don't really love any of these characters. Some of them you flat out dislike. A few you kind of warm up to. But what the movie does brilliantly is make you feel sorry for all of them as they get picked off one by one. There's this uncomfortable thought in the back of your head. I'm glad that's not me. And honestly, if I had to choose, I'd rather be the guy who died in the plane crash at the beginning. That might have been the best death in the whole movie. That's how grim this film is. It just gets bleaker and bleaker as it goes. And every time there's a small moment of hope, a laugh, a smile, a speech about not giving up, it somehow makes it worse because you know it's not going to last. Director Joe Carnahan paints this stark, beautiful, but deeply sad story. The frozen landscapes are gorgeous, but they feel empty. They feel hostile. And when we learn that Ottaway's wife died of cancer and that he was already flirting with the idea of ending his life before the crash, it adds another layer of tragedy. This isn't, and you could say that for the daughter who cut the hair, the every character just adds more and more layers of tragedy. This isn't just survival. This is a man who didn't really want to live, being forced to fight like hell to do exactly that. And the way he's likely going out, probably going to be the worst death of anyone. You know the alpha wolf isn't going to make it quick. Every frame feels cold, every shot feels isolating, the cinematography is relentless in its bleakness. It's not a perfect film, the wolves are heightened, almost mythic villains, more symbolic than realistic, but that serves the story. They're not just animals, they're death, they're inevitability. And despite how disheartening it is, it's a really good movie. I will watch it again. Maybe not on a cheery day. But I would say buy it at a discount. If you can grab this for the price of one rental, maybe two, it earns its keep. You know what you're signing up for. This isn't a fun survival thriller. It's a cold meditation on morality, and it stays with you. I would give it an 8. This is not going to be in any type of rotation like, hey, Saturday night, kids, let's make some popcorn and watch The Grey.
No.
This is kind of going to be like, oh, you know what? I feel like something realistically horrible. But yeah, I already own it. I'm glad we were talking about this in the preview. The 4K would have cost me like $30. I'm glad I did not pay the $30. I'm sure it looks fantastic, but I don't know if it warrants that type of price. I'm talking like $5-8 if you can pick it up on Apple or on a DVD or a Blu-ray. Yeah.
See, here's the thing though, because when I was watching it, I was like, oh, they used a lot of CGI for the weather and for things like that, and also the lighting effects. Like, I could see effects on it, and I was like, on my TV in HD, it looked decent. But if you had gotten it in 4K, I don't think it would have translated as well.
Yeah, and I would have been pissed.
And you would have been pissed. Yeah. So good for you for no 4K. Hollywood Suite has it right now, and I have that membership subscription thing on Prime. So I was like, cool, I don't have to pay for it. Otherwise I would have paid $4.99, and I would not have been mad about it.
No,
because it's a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm glad I got to watch it, because I haven't seen this one, at least not in its entirety. But there were some parts where I was like, this seems familiar. I was like, I think I've caught like scenes on TV over the years, but I haven't seen the full movie. But I was like, God, that was good. And then I was like, God damn it, Jimmy. Jesus Christ, that was depressing.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Fucking Jimmy. Jesus Christ.
And then I watched some Love Islands, classic Love Islands. And I was like, okay, this is not so bad now. I can look back on this movie fondly.
Yeah, this is up there with like The Road, where it's very well done. It's great acted, directed, the crew, everything did an amazing job. It's just, I cannot remember a more bleaker movie. Because even The Road, the kid goes off with a family.
Yeah.
Our main character dies, of course, and it's
we think he dies.
Shit. We think he dies.
We think. I don't think. You can think. I don't think. I think he survived.
But this movie, like, just nobody. Now I'll watch it again. It's not going to be anytime soon, and it's not because it's a bad movie. It's just because of how
you have to be in a very
depressing.
particular, very, very particular mood for this type of movie. Like you can't just watch this just because you've got some time to kill. Like this is especially for, and I will say this, if you're already struggling with like depression and things like that, if you're in the middle of a depressive episode, this is not the movie to watch, because you're going to come out with, no matter what you do, you're going to end up alone and dying. Why?
Yeah.
Like it's a very, so for someone who's in that mental health space, don't watch this movie. Incredibly good movie. Don't watch it. When you're feeling better, feel free to watch this movie.
Yeah, it's not even the type of movie you see on TV where you're like, oh, hold on, wait, I just want to see the really sad part where the guy is dying and envisions his daughter that he's left behind, and then we'll change the channel. No, you don't. They see that like, I'm not watching this fucking thing.
No, because then immediately afterwards it was like they dragged him away, and I was like, oh God.
Yeah, he was probably still alive when they dragged him away, and I'm like, oh God. Even the thoughts about the movie that happens off screen are fucking depressing. All right.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you for coming back to 2011 and going over The Grey with us. I'm sorry if you watched it or going to watch it. No, well, if you're going to go watch it, at least you have a warning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a security blanket with you or something.
Yeah.
Little stuffy you can hug.
We have a solid rent it. Buy it at a discount, 7.5 and an 8. Yeah, it's overall good movie.
Good.
Yeah, just not a happy movie.
No.
All right, until the next movie we remember. Hopefully it's a little more cheerful.
Jesus, I hope so.
Congratulations. You just had one of your childhood movie memories vindicated. Or they just eviscerated it. I don't know. This is a generic one-size-fits-all type of ending to the podcast. So thank you for listening, and please join Anna and Jimmy next time for another episode of the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. If you dare to go back and watch that movie you remember liking,